The FIFA World Cup is here, and football fever is at its peak. But so are ticket prices, which have soared to record-breaking highs. Fans are balking at the cost.
Why are the front row World Cup tickets more than $50 million for a World Cup ticket, bro?
These prices.
$11,000. And they're being resold for up to $2 million apiece.
You know how much one ticket was? $1,000.
In early May, football's governing body tripled the price of its best available tickets to the July 11th final match to $32,970. That's a 417% increase from the original price when tickets first went on sale last October. Compared to Category 1 tickets from the 2022 Qatar World Cup final, the jump is even higher, nearly 2,000%. It's not just tickets to the final that have fans' eyes watering. Despite a supposed price floor of about $60 per ticket, the average price of a ticket to a World Cup game has hovered above $1,000 since tickets went on sale. So why are prices so high?
So I think for FIFA, everything is just bigger, bigger, bigger. They want more and more football, more TV revenue, more ticket revenue, more sponsorship, more advertising.
One way FIFA has gone about that is by increasing the number of teams in the tournament from 32 to 48, which will increase seat sales and extend the tournament. And for the first time at this year's tournament, FIFA is using a system called dynamic pricing to determine ticket costs. It allows for ticket prices to fluctuate based on factors such as real-time demand, inventory, and the popularity of an event. One expert on the practice says dynamic pricing has been taken to the extreme in the U.S. market.
Other countries, may have, more pervasive price regulation, and so it's not possible to change a price without consulting with a government price regulator. The U.S. has very little price regulation, and so there's relatively more freedom in the United States and U.S. markets to engage in dynamic pricing.
In late April, 4 tickets to the final were listed on the platform for $2.3 million. Another was just shy of $12 million. While FIFA does not control the asking prices on its resale site, it takes a 15% purchase fee from the buyer of each ticket and a 15% resale fee from the seller. That means FIFA would make $690,000 if one of the tickets for the final sold at $2.3 million on resale. In response to a wave of outrage over exorbitant ticket prices, FIFA introduced a small batch of $60 tickets. But they account for less than 1.6% of all available tickets, and they're tucked in the nosebleeds, high in the top corners of stadiums. FIFA President Gianni Infantino has strongly defended the use of dynamic pricing. He says FIFA was obliged to take advantage of U.S. laws that allow tickets to be resold for thousands of dollars above face value.
We are in a market in which entertainment is the most developed in the world. So we have to apply market rates. In the US, it is permitted to resell tickets as well. So if you were to sell tickets at a price which is too low, these tickets would be resold at a much higher price.
But Woodcock says that FIFA is not, in fact, compelled to mimic US-style scalping.
In fact, the U.S. is an outlier in terms of, the extent to which it allows profit-taking on the backs of consumers, and FIFA has no obligation to, adopt that outlier approach. In fact, as an international organization, it should probably try to demonstrate in the American context and to Americans the alternative approach that most of the world follows, which is to exercise a certain amount of restraint in the amount of surplus it extracts from consumers.
It's not just fans' pockets that are taking a hit either. Observers worry the system will fundamentally change the culture of the sport.
I mean, the cheapest ticket for the World Cup final, I think, is now around $8,000 US. I mean, how many people can afford that to pay to get into that stadium in New York? So it completely changes the atmosphere in grounds. You have more of a corporate atmosphere, more of a corporate clientele, and it takes away probably the soul of the game in a lot of the way.
Even for die-hard fans who are willing to splurge for football, such steep prices may put a trip to the beautiful game's biggest stage out of reach entirely. That's especially true for fans overseas, who must also spend on flights and accommodation. In defense of the ticket prices, Infantino cited unprecedented demand for them at this year's event. He said FIFA received in excess of 500 million ticket requests for this year's tournament. That's compared with fewer than 50 million combined for the previous World Cups in 2018 and 2022. However, while FIFA has reportedly sold an impressive 5 million tickets, that still leaves 1 million to be sold. And few, if any, matches have sold out completely.
The opening match in Mexico is a very hot ticket, but you can still go online and have tickets available. I think it was $1,700 for 2 tickets to go and watch that match. USA versus Paraguay, which is, again, should be an absolutely huge match. The host country, US, their opening match, there are reportedly 10,000 tickets still available for that.
And even when this World Cup is over, some believe FIFA is unlikely to revert back to its old pricing format.
I think dynamic pricing is here to stay for future tournaments. I think once they've adopted this model and seen how much revenue they've been able to generate, they will stick with it. Another reason that Gianni Infantino, the FIFA president, said they've adopted this model is because this is their biggest tournament and only real money maker. So they want to maximise every ounce of revenue they possibly can. I think they firmly believe that this dynamic pricing is the way to do that.